rule of law, it is impossible to run the administration of the state smoothly. At the same time, it is very essential for maintaining peace, justice, human rights, and of course, the democracy. The breakdown of the rule of law is not a new instance to us because we are already aware of all these instances of internal disturbances which broke in any part of India, whether between two groups, communities, religion, or etc. All these are nothing but bring shames to our country. Just like the recent outbreaks of.
Your time is over.
Ma'am, okay, please let me say only the conclusion part.
Sure, ma'am. Just a request from my side. Can you please wind up your topic within 30 seconds? As we are running very short of time, ma'am. I hope you understand our concerns.
Okay, ma'am. I'll try my best. Okay. Now, coming on with the conclusions and suggestions which we have proposed is that the first is through dialogues and reconciliations, it can be an effective way to promote peace through constructive dialogues and reconciliations among the different communities and groups. Second, development and empowerment by giving them opportunities in employment is very much necessary over there. Third is justice and human rights. A third way to promote peace is to uphold the rule of law and protect the human rights of all the people over there. Fourth is culture and education, which is very much should be incorporated in the rules. A fourth way to promote peace is to celebrate the diversity and richness of the culture heritage. Fifth, role of youth and women in peace building as well as in development, which is very much important. Is like women, they will be educated and they will be giving the platform to do their job. They can we do very well as become leaders and in everything. Last is a perspective suggestions by us, a statute regarding accountability of the state and judicial accountability to be passed in parliament and every legislative assembly of the state. Thank you so much.
Rajalakshmi ma'am and Pooja ma'am, with your permission, shall I move to the last presenter for this session?
Sure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, I would like to call upon Dr. Urmila ma'am. Urmila ma'am, are you there?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you. So, good afternoon to one and all present here. My topic is human right and criminal justice system. So, as we know that...
Ma'am, I just request you to kindly please turn off the video.
Ma'am, because of some medical urgency, I am
okay,
unable
ma'am, no
to...
issues, ma'am, no issues. You can continue with this one.
Okay.
No issues.
So, my topic is human right and criminal justice system. So, as we know that human right violation is always been taken place against the indigenous and poor people. So, to safeguard this... to safeguard the rights of these poor and indigenous people, as well as the rights of our people, rights of the citizens of the country, it has been basically started with the criminal justice system in our country. Criminal justice system is not a new concept, but basically it has been, as we see from the Indian judicial, history, we can see that it has come from the concept of dharma. So since the ancient period, we have covered that in case of the dharma, we follow the concept of dharma where the rule of law has been followed. Based on the karma which we are performing, the concept of dharma was being followed. So basically in the criminal justice system nowadays, the police, judiciary, and correctional institution has made the criminal justice system play a key role in putting the human rights into practice. As a result, defending and safeguarding the human rights of our nation, of a nation's citizen. The police, court, and the prison system are the three main parts of the criminal justice system. In India, human rights are given special attention and are referred to the basic rights. According to the Indian Constitution, citizens have the right to lodge grievance with the Supreme Court as well as for the High Court respectively. Among the three branches of the Indian government, the courts have been a pioneer in furthering the human rights. According to a new warning from the International Commission of Justice in Geneva, these basic human rights are in danger in India. One could also read the passage of the famous judgment in global human rights in Rudal Shah versus State of Bihar to get a sense of strides made in the defense of human rights. So it is based on the Universal Declaration of Human
Your
Rights.
3 minutes are over and 2 minutes are left.
Okay, ma'am. Article 10, which reads in the part, everyone has a complete equal right to a fair and public hearing before an independent and impartial tribunal, as well as the assessment of his rights and the responsibilities and validity of any criminal accusation against him. So the state has taken different measures to combat with the human rights violations, which has been taken against the citizens of the country. Human Right Commission Act 1993 took its claim of human right violation. Evaluate how will the government prevent such violation and offer recommendations for the effective implementations and safeguard provided by the Constitution and other laws of the country. In Tukaram and others versus State of Maharashtra, it has been specifically mentioned. According to the Supreme Court of India, it is the duty to develop the human rights jurisprudence and broaden the scope and meaning of the fundamental rights. In case of Ajay Hasia versus Khalid Mujid, it has been specifically mentioned. The criminal justice system, which consists of the police, legislature, and judiciary, our correctional institution, is crucial in enforcing human rights and defending the rights of a nation's residents. So I would like to, because of shortage of time, I would like to conclude my speech. So it is not only the parliament, police, courts, and prison, they should take specific initiative to deal with the different laws, strengthening the laws, and to provide different provisions for the safeguarding the rights and the rights of the people. So that
your time is over.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Rajalakshmi ma'am and Pooja ma'am, do you have any questions or insights for the session?
Yes, indeed. No questions for the last participant from my side.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. With respect to the last participant, no questions from my side. But yes, definitely a very, very good effort done on behalf of all the participants to get out their research. A plethora of knowledge for us, for me as a resource person that I have gained over this session. And yes, I would definitely like to suggest a few pointers which I've just got down. Basically, I guess presenters should be to the very aspect as to what their research problem is, then to get to the very crux of their paper, to state the research gap and the problem for which they are doing the research, to suggest various suggestions with respect to their topic, and also to correlate their topic with the topic of the conference. These are my suggestions, and yes, definitely, I'm really grateful to the organizers, Gaurav Gulati sir, and the various other organizers for giving me an opportunity to judge this session. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I would also like to wish all the best to all the participants and other people present here. And I would congratulate the organizers to organize such a insightful event. And I would like to thank Mr. Gaurav Gulati and Ms. Anubhuti for giving me this opportunity. And as coming up to the suggestions, some of the papers were very well prepared and very well concluded. But in some of the papers, I would like to have a proper research. I would suggest that the research should be more data centric. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time and joining us for our conference. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So Anubhuti, I guess the resource persons have joined for the session.
Yes, sir.
Santosh sir, you are there?
Yes, very good evening, dear. I am here.
Udit sir, you are there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
I'm just giving you the co-host.
Sir, shall I start the session with your permission?
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
Co-host permission has been given to both of the resource persons. So we can just start with the session with if the resource persons permit.
Sure, sir.
Please,
Okay.
please.
Allowed. Anubhuti, you can start with the
Thank you, sir.
by one.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, Anubhuti Agarwal, the moderator for today's session, welcome you all to the National Conference on Emerging Contours of Law and Justice in the Contemporary Era, Issues and Challenges, which is being organized on 26th August 2023 and 27th August 2023, organized by PG Department of Law, Guwahati University, Assam, and Deloitte Penal Group, a unit of Arjun Das Gulati Memorial Society, Prayagraj, in collaboration with Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya, National Mission on Teachers and Teaching, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Proceeding further, I'd like to welcome our resource person for today's session, Dr. Santosh Kumar Tiwari, sir, Assistant Professor, School of Law, Justice and Governance, Gautam Buddha University, Greater Noida, Mr. Udit Arora, sir, Advocate, Supreme High Court, Supreme Court of India. Before starting with the session, I just want to inform all the participants that you will be given 5 minutes for your presentation and you will be getting reminders after 3 minutes are over and after 5 minutes are over. So with your permission, shall we start with the session?
Sure.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call upon Indu K. Vapan Kumar, faculty. Title of the paper is From Ink to Pixels, Evolution of Censorship and Freedom of Expression. I guess the presenter is not there. So with your permission, shall I move to another presenter?
Yes, sure.
Thank you so much, sir.
You can ask Mr. Pranjal.
Sure. Next, I would like to call upon Pranjali Nandkishore, ma'am. Title of the paper is The Surrogacy Rules, the Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021, an analytical study. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I would be sharing my screen, ma'am. Ma'am, can I get the access for screen sharing?
Sure, ma'am.
Sure.
Just give me a minute. I'll give the access.
Ma'am, access is not there.
Ma'am, you can present your screen now. Access is being given to you.
Okay. Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
The
yes.
screen is visible.
Ma'am, is the first slide visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. My title of paper is the Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021, an analytical study. Let us first know about what the surrogacy meaning is. So the surrogacy arrangement is the arrangement where the surrogate woman carries and wants to carry a baby through pregnancy on behalf of another woman or couple, and then then hand over the baby after it is born to the intended parents. Surrogacy involves the use of ART, that is assisted reproductive technology, and ART includes medical procedures used primarily to treat the infertility. Today, the use of surrogacy have been increased in India as it is considered to be a very helpful option for the couples who are not able to conceive traditionally due to medical condition of infertility, as it is the boon to childless couples. And another reason in the increase of the surrogacy practice is that the couples want to become parents without sacrificing their long-term career-oriented goals. For example, if women want to become a mother but not the wife, then surrogacy is the best solution. There are different stakeholders involved in the practice of surrogacy, like surrogate mother who carries and delivers the child for another person, then the child born through the surrogacy, the intended parents who want to become the parents through surrogacy, then genetic parents if the sperm donor or egg donors are there, in surrogacy clinics, and the doctors, including embryologists, gynecologists, and pediatricians. Now we'll see the history of Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021, as it is self-explanatory that Act came into 2021. So prior to that, in 2005, there were only ICMR rules and guidelines for the accreditation, supervision, and regulation of ART clinics in India. Thereafter, in 2008, the Supreme Court of India in Baby Manjiyanda versus Union of India case highlighted the lack of regulation of surrogacy in India. In 2009, the Law Commission of India produced the report, and then in 2013.
Anjali ma'am, just 1 second, please. As
yes, sir.
As our organizer has allotted you to only 5 minutes, and you have I think around 10 to 20 slides. So just deal with the pro and cons of the Surrogacy Regulation Acts. What are the lacunas and what are the achievement about the acts?
Okay.
Only you have to deal with the lacunas, and you have to deal with the positivity as well as.
Yes, sir. The Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021 is in place to curb the unethical practices and to regulate the booming surrogacy practice in India. So there are total 8 chapters in the Act. I will not go through these chapters now in detail, but the various provisions and the provisions which I thought are important to share here are that it allows only Indian married couples and widow or divorced women to opt for the surrogacy in the country. So it is clear that it has kept the unmarried individuals, the homosexual couples, members of the lesbian, gay, and bisexual, transgender, and the couples in live-in relationship, or the single woman or single man. And it have denied the access of the service of surrogacy to the stakeholders. And it also discriminates them and violates their right to equality provided under Article 14 and reproductive right as the facet of right to privacy under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. I think so. Then again, the Act is primarily concerned with making only altruistic surrogacy legal and banning the commercial.
Ma'am, your time is over.
Okay.
मैम जस्ट one question one question by my side. just मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा था कि Surrogacy Act 2021 allows LGBT this that etc.
Does not
क्या ये मैम जस्ट 1 सेकंड, क्या ये नेचुरल प्रोसेस बायोलॉजिकल पेरेंट्स के लिए क्या एक ये जैसे इट्स अगेंस्ट टू द नेचर? ये तो एक सिंपल सा एक्ट हो जाएगा, हाँ भाई चलो ठीक है सारे लोग ले रहे हैं, 5 साल के बाद कोई किसी ने प्रोसेस नहीं किया तो वो भी एक टाइम पीरियड के बाद जाके कहेगा. इफ हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ both are in service in job and they are not conceiving by knowingly, no, so after the prescribed time they will also get the right to surrogacy. We can adopt this that. तो आपको नहीं लगता कि क्या ये नेचुरल प्रोसेस के अगेंस्ट है?
नहीं सर, नेचुरल प्रोसेस के अगेंस्ट बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, क्योंकि ये ऑप्शन तभी अवेलेबल है when you are producing the certificate of eligibility by the intending couple too, and
Yes.
that to be fulfilled regarding certain conditions and appropriate authority. That
Yes.
you are not
Yes.
able to
I think you are saying that there is a certificate provided by the medical officers, no?
Yes, sir. And for that
क्या वो
purpose,
मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट मैनेज नहीं किए जा सकते?
sir, it is the question.
Everything is possible in India.
There is the establishment of National Surrogacy Board and National Artificial Reproduction Productive Boards.
रिपोर्ट तो हर जगह मैनेज हो रहा है आजकल फिलहाल.
Yes, yes, sir. Please, sir.
रिपोर्ट तो हर जगह मैनेज हो रहे हैं फिलहाल तो आजकल, तो वहां भी मैनेज हो सकते हैं.
तो वो अथॉरिटी का
मेरा
काम
सिर्फ मानना ये है कि इसके एब्यूज को रोकने के लिए कुछ आप इसके एब्यूज को रोकने के लिए, ठीक है, एक्ट आ गया, एक्ट आने के बाद फिर तो कुछ बचा नहीं है. एवरीथिंग हैज डील विद क्लियरली इन द एक्ट ना. सो अब इस एक्ट के बाद आपका क्या सजेशन है? इस एक्ट में कोई लैकुना है, उस लैकुना के रिगार्डिंग आपका कोई सजेशन है? दैट्स व्हाई रिसर्च विल बी फ्रूटफुल. अदरवाइज तो ठीक है, एस्टैब्लिश लॉ आ गया, काम खत्म. भाई एस्टैब्लिश लॉ आने के बाद अगर आप पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक पे रिसर्च करना चाहते हो तो इट मींस यू हैव टू डील विद सम स्पेसिफिक रीजन.
specific reason है ना sir. There are many rights conflicting and competing rights of the different stakeholders in the process of surrogacy. Because आप देखो सर, यहाँ पे इतने सारे stakeholders है. Surrogate mother है, then surrogate child है, then intending parents है, then doctors है. आप जो बोल रहे हैं कि अगर ये कॉन्ट्रावेशन हो रहा है एक्ट का, तो वहाँ पे पनिशमेंट भी है इन दी फाइन और मनी के इसमें. लेकिन यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम जो है सर, कि जैसे कि चाइल्ड का अगर हम लेंगे, सरोगेट चाइल्ड, तो टू नो द जेनेटिक.
मैम जस्ट 1 सेकंड, एक्चुअली टाइम बहुत कम है, बट मेरा जहां तक अनुभव, मैं आपको एक चीज सजेस्ट करना चाहूंगा. जब भी हमारे पास कोई एस्टैब्लिश लॉ होता है या हमारे पास कोई किसी कोर्ट की डिसाइडेड किसी केस पे गाइडलाइंस होती हैं, ठीक है, अगर पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक पे हम रिसर्च करना चाहते हैं तो वहां पे हमें किसी एक स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रीम में जाना होता है. आपने सिंपली एनालिटिकल स्टडी क्या है? एनालिटिकल स्टडी दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन लैंग्वेज एंड रीजन.
आई एम नॉट
हाउ इट कैन बी रिसर्च?
Analytical study means, sir, actually I am focusing on the chapter 3 of the Surrogacy Regulation Act. There are total 8 chapters.
मैं चलिए इस पे फिर कभी डिस्कस करेंगे. मेरा सिर्फ अपना ये सजेशन है आपको कि अगर आप इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक पे रिसर्च कर रहे हैं या करना चाहते हैं, देन आपको एक स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रीम में काम करना होगा. अदरवाइज ये आपके लिए फ्रूटफुल नहीं होगा. रिसर्च मस्ट बी स्पेसिफिक, नॉट टू ए जनरल. Okay, and you have selected your topic in a general sense.
So actually, this topic has been approved by the RRC at our university after 2-3 meetings.
No issue. Just answer me. Okay. Is am I right? Is general is the research is specific or is research may be general?
No, sir. It is the specific
yes.
research in the legal phase.
That's why I am asking. And you are discussing here Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021 analytical study. So I think it's not proper. Surrogacy पे रिसर्च का ऑप्शन खत्म नहीं हुआ, बहुत सारे रिसर्च के एस्पेक्ट्स हैं, बट आपको एक स्पेसिफिक किसी पर्टिकुलर स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रीम में जाकर के इस पे रिसर्च करना होगा.
स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रीम मतलब सर, स्ट्रीम मतलब
that is
किसी एक एस्पेक्ट.
If I may just explain what Dr. Tiwari is trying to put to you, ma'am, it is simply that you have to understand what are the things that have been left out in this act per se, or things that have not been covered under the act,
yes,
or things that are needed to be changed in the act, is what that should have been researched about. You are talking about and explaining the act to us, but what he's trying to say is that if it's a research paper, it has to be in totality as to the surrogacy, what are the laws of surrogacy and what are the things that are followed in our country, and what are the lacunas that are there or the gaps that are there to be filled and plugged by us in the future. So even if we want to get amendments, yes, it is only if we want to bring about amendments to these acts, as and when the workings of these acts are understood by everybody, then for those things to be plugged is what he's asking you to do, basically, the research.
1 minute to answer.
Sure, absolutely.
Sir, I have kept the title as the Surrogacy Regulation Act provisions, but here I am trying to explain that only. It allowed only Indian married couples and widow or divorced women to offer surrogacy, and it does not allow the unmarried individuals, homosexual couples.
Ma'am, whatever you are saying, have you mentioned it in your statement of problem?
Analytical study
is there any statement of problem, or is there any hypothesis you have been made such type of?
सर स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम तो यही है सर कि एनालिटिकल स्टडी ही बोला है करने के लिए।
चलिए, मैं किसी एकेडमिशियंस के अगेंस्ट कुछ भी नहीं कहना चाहूंगा, बट मेरा जो अपना एक्सपीरियंस है 15 ईयर से, मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि रिसर्च मस्ट बी स्पेसिफिक एंड यू हैव सेलेक्टेड द सरोगेसी टॉपिक, दैट्स गुड, नो इशू। मैं ये नहीं कहता कि सरोगेसी पे रिसर्च का स्कोप खत्म हो गया, बट मेरा अपना ये मानना है कि इफ यू हैव टू डील विद एनी लैकुनास, एनी स्पेसिफिक ऑब्जेक्ट, then it will be fruitful, otherwise it's a journal.
Okay sir, I will think
Yes.
on it and I will discuss
Just discuss with your supervisor, please.
Definitely sir, thank you.
Sure. Okay, good luck.
Sir, can I contact you in future regarding this act and the provisions and regarding the topic correction?
Yes, sure.
Thank you sir.
Anubhuti, next please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to call upon Apurv Avasthi. Apurv Avasthi. I guess he's not there. Next, I would like to call upon Devarti Chakrabarti, ma'am.
Yes.
Devarti, ma'am, are you there? Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, over to you.
Am I visible and audible?
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to share my screen. Can I get the permission?
Just give me a minute. I'll give you the access.
The last presenter is requested to just close his screen share.
Ma'am, you can share your screen now.
I think the last presenter. Oh, yeah, okay. Now I can present. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, respected dignitaries. I am Devarti Chakrabarti, and I am very, very honored and privileged to present my paper before you all. The title of my paper is Green Justice, Victimization and Prevention. Environment is no one's property to destroy, and it is everyone's responsibility to protect. Coming on to my introduction part, I would like to say that due to climate change, global warming, and various manufacturers, industries that are polluting growing population, the number of green victims are increasing as the number of green crimes are also increasing. With the term green justice, I would like to mean that green justice is basically a human right. Every person has the right to get protected from environmental pollutions or to live in a healthy and peaceful environment. So this justice should be available to all, irrespective of gender discrimination or any kind of discrimination. Here, green crimes can be mainly divided into two types, which is primary and secondary. Primary crimes includes pollution, deforestation, water pollution, and secondary includes the organized crimes or the violence against oppositional groups. So green crimes and green justice can be interlinked, as green justice mainly explains how we can get justice or how justice can be given to all the victims of green crimes. And green criminology is mainly the study of what kinds of crimes that are happening, which is leading to the victimization. So green justice or environmental justice is a basic human right, as I have already mentioned, and that must be available to all. Next, moving on to my victimization part, we can say that every person, animal, species are at risk of getting victimized, irrespective of any kind of discrimination, like discrimination on the basis of their age, gender, location, or any geographical position. In environmental crimes, all the victims are not always aware that they are getting victimized, because they are getting victimized, but they are not actually aware that what is the reason behind which is letting them to get victimized. So coming on to wildlife victimization or victimization of animals, the main cause behind victimization of wildlife or animals is because of the poor enforcement of the laws or due to lack of proper laws that must be available. And coming on to the biodiversity victimization part, there are various examples from which we can say that biodiversity is getting victimized, like pollution or chemical and waste contamination on the river bodies, climate change, etc. These all are examples that the
Ma'am, your
biodiversity.
3 minutes are over and 2 minutes are left.
Okay. Next, moving on to prevention, how we can prevent our environment or how we can give justice to all the environmental victims or green justice victims. First, we can do as we can use more and more natural resources or stop using plastics so that we can save the environment. And by saving energy or by planting more trees or reducing the amount of deforestation and using more of public transport and reducing the amount of using private transportations, we can prevent to a great extent the environmental pollution that is happening. Now coming on to how we can do justice or how justice can be done to all the victims of green crimes. First, I'd like to say that green justice mainly focuses on the fair distribution of justice. That is, justice must be fair. It should not discriminate. Justice should be available to every person, every individual without any kind of discrimination. And yes, I must say the government and the judiciary both are taking various steps by various measures to reduce and to give justice. So the government is making various acts or laws like the Environment Protection Act, the Wildlife Protection Act, Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Act. All these acts, by making all these acts, the amount of environmental, it is trying to reduce the amount of environmental crimes.
Okay, Divarati, just one thing. Is it article or is it research paper?
So it is a research paper.
Yeah.
So it is research paper.
How you can say that it is research paper? Is there any objective? Is there any hypothesis? Is there any research methodology? Is there any process of data collections? How you can say this is a research paper?
Sir,
have you gone through the research steps?
Yes,
have you read about the research methodology?
Yes, sir. It is doctrinal research. What I have
Where
done
you have
is
mentioned it?
Sir, it is mentioned that PDF that I have submitted. It is not mentioned here.
So, I think you are presenting here. So it may be become the part of your presentation.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So actually, this is my first time, so I was not aware.
Yes, that's why I am saying to you, you are students of, I think you are pursuing LLM. So you have to read about the research, legal research methodology. And as per the legal research methodology, there are basic 7 research steps. First one is a statement of the problem or selection of the problem. So why you have selected this one topic? So give the reason first, then second, you have to mention that the literature review of literature. So you didn't mention the same things. And in this this particular research paper, you have not mentioned your hypothesis. What will be the hypothesis? Any ingredients of the research paper is missing here. So how we can say that it is research paper?
Okay, sir. So I will do it
before presentation. Next time before the presentation, you have to discuss with the senior. You have to discuss with your mentor. You have to discuss with your research supervisor. Then after you have to present any paper anywhere. Okay. Good luck.
Devrati, hi Devrati. My only suggestion is that since this is a very short span of a presentation of 5 minutes, I think you should take on you should touch upon the subject, take on a small case study of your area per se, and then explain to the people here attending this so that it is easier for them to understand. When you can connect it to a subject which is prevalent today, which everybody can connect to, obviously environment everybody connects to. We're all against single use of plastic and all of those things that the government is trying to, push forward for all of us to learn. So therefore, I think you should take on a small case study and present it so that everybody understands it clearly.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Arpita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Yes. So, good evening, chairpersons for the day. My paper is on the topic, the need for behavioral analysis unit in India in the light of the recent violent crimes. So, we all know that the criminal justice system had an awakening moment right after the Aftab Poonawalla case, like the Shraddha Walkar murder case, in which the whole country was in shock following the body parts being disposed into 36 pieces. And then by that also followed several other cases in which mutilation of the body parts followed. So here what I felt is like the research gap being that we do not have a past history of the criminal records of the people in the country. For example, most of the serial killers or the violent killers in the country have been had any biological or psychological features in the recent past. For example, let's take the analysis of Ted Bundy or Ed Kemper, who are well known for the serial killings. So their psychology, that is basically their biological feature of amygdala and hypothalamus have been affected. And there are various other serial killers and violent killers where their biological features have been affected. So I felt the need for having a behavioral analysis unit, just like how the US FBI also has. So my research methodology is purely doctrinal in nature, based on certain case studies, and also based on certain case studies of the FBI, as well as in India, the following the case of Aftab Poonawalla and the other crimes, that is the violent crimes in India. And one book which I have referred is by Mindhunter, written by John Douglas. So he is the father of criminal, he's known as the father of criminal profiling. So these are the main records which I have based on myself. So here, if you see, there are violent crimes with the motive, and where there is no motive also. In case of serial killers, there is no motive, and then they coined themselves to 3 words, that is domination, manipulation, and control. Now, if we drill into the minds of these serial killers or the violent killers, we can classify the objective as visionary or a mission-oriented or a lust killer or a thrill killer. Now, here we can see that there is a psychology which is more into play. And then, according to John Douglas in his book, most of the violent killers are going to have a past history. Like, they do not start killing right from the beginning. They start with minor offenses like theft or robbery. Arson cases are very common in case of violent killers. And then they later develop it into the thrill of killing and then perform violent crimes. Now, coming to the aspect of biological perspective, some of the violent killers, like almost, there is a study which says that almost 90% has some kind of a biological trauma or a psychological trauma. Here, there is brain abnormalities in the violent killers, like they will have a brain dysfunction due to the reduced glucose production in their brain. So the amygdala and the hypothalamus in the brain is getting affected. So this is one of the main biological perspectives which I have dealt with. And also, in case of the violent killers, the left hemisphere is more active than the right hemisphere, which is the right hemisphere is responsible for negative emotions, and this has a reduced mechanism in them. Now, coming to the psychological perspective, if we are having a past record of the offenders in the country, for example, there has been reported cases of physical abuse in the child, or they show similar attributes of stress, power, control, or need for the belonging, and they often go for satanism or peer influences. They have very less peers. Then they also show symptoms of antisocial personality disorder or narcissistic personality disorder. So if we have the records of these, like when a violent crime is committed, or even they are actually very distinguishable from the other criminals because of their psychology. So if we are having a behavioral analysis unit in the country which can figure, or we have the past records, then in the future, if cases like Aftab Poonawalla cases come reported, it would be easier. So at present,
Time is over.
yes, ma'am. Just within 2 minutes, I'll conclude, ma'am. So I have.
Can you please turn on your video?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Actually,
Thank you
it is
so
very blurred, ma'am. I'm really sorry. I'm outside, so I'm really sorry, ma'am. It's blurred. That's why I could not on it.
No issues, ma'am. You can continue without
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
on video.
So in my research paper, I have based on major 3 killers. One is Ted Bundy, one is Ed Kemper, and the third one is Aftab Poonawalla himself. So it is like, if you want to understand a Picasso, you have to first of all understand the art. Like Picasso, the artist. So once you understand his art, we can more understand the Picasso. The same way, if you want to understand the criminal personality of a person, you have to learn his crime. So psychologists is generally prejudiced taking the criminal insanity defense, which often comes as a rescue for them. But this is also to be looked into. And there is other aspect which has been said by Jordan Declois in his book Mindhunter. There is no possibility of rehabilitation to a violent criminal. So if once he is let out of his charges, or once he is let out of his crime, he's going to kill again. So there is no stoppage for them. So in this light, what will India do in future if we are to face like Ed Kemper's or Ted Bundy's, or against Shraddha Walker case? So here it was a very clear
Sorry
cut
for
case.
interruption in between, ma'am. But
Yes,
I just
ma'am.
request you to kindly wind up with your topics, as
Yes,
we are
ma'am.
running short of time.
Sure, ma'am. So what will happen if we come up with criminals like this in the future? So at present, we have Criminal Procedure Identification Code. Here, NCRB has the power to record certain details. But here again, it does not deal with the behavioral
Arpita,
part
ma'am,
or the
just one
psychological
second.
aspect.
Actually,
Yes, sir.
we have limited time.
Yes,
One
sir, yes.
suggestions by my side. You have selected a very recent and socio-legal issues, and as you have mentioned that you have to adopt the doctrinal method. But here my suggestion is, if you will adopt a non-doctrinal method, it means empirical study, as well as regarding the collection of the sample. If you will select any specific area, that your research will be highly appreciated. Otherwise, it will be treated as a general research, because it's very burning issues, and you have selected this one as a good topic. So I appreciate you. Such type of researchers is very keen to work on such type of issues. So I appreciate. But my suggestion, please base it in as on empirical research, and select any specific area. Either you can select the Delhi NCR, or you can select whatever area where you lived. So it's my suggestion only.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Ma'am, I think it is great that you're looking outside of India, looking at Ted Bundy and these serial killers. But
Yes, sir.
I suppose you should read this book written by our ex-additional Solicitor General, Senior Advocate Pinky Anand. It's called Trials of Truth. And in this book, it actually covers all the big serial killers we've had in our country, whether it be Billa and Ranga, if you've heard about them. It's like a fable today. Billa and Ranga is like a fable today. There are 2 women from Maharashtra who would kidnap kids and kill them, Reema and Shavik. So, you can get a lot out of this book. So if you can get a copy of this book, it's called Trials of Truth by Senior Advocate Pinky Anand.
Okay, sir. Okay,
You'll get a broad idea of the kind of criminals we've had in our country, and the kind of criminal justice system that has evolved through that.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you both.
Good luck, Arpita, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, for your insights. Next, I would like to call upon Pukhraj Bir sir and Gagandeep Singh sir.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes.
Good afternoon to the worthy chair, bearing respectable resource person, dear moderators, and my fellow participants. I would like to thank all the organizers for providing us this thoughtful and learning experience. I'm Dr. Pukhraj Kaur, advocate. By profession, the topic of my presentation today is reliability of forensic evidence in criminal justice system, a comprehensive review.
I'm sorry for the interruption between, but can you please turn on your video if possible?
Actually, I am out of the house, so I am sitting in
No
my car.
issues, ma'am.
It's not.
You may continue,
It doesn't
ma'am. No
look
issues.
nice.
You may
Yeah,
continue.
it doesn't look nice. Yeah, I'm really sorry for that.
It's totally fine, ma'am.
I would like to start with the interesting words by Patricia Cornwell, celebrated crime novelist. I didn't invent forensic science and medicine. I just was one of the first people to recognize how interesting it is. Let us first see, what does the term forensic science mean? Forensic science is where the science meets the law. Forensic science is the application of scientific data to the crime scene and analysis of the evidence obtained in the case. Now, there emerge two facets of a single case: the facts stated and the facts proved from a scientific point of view. Forensic evidence includes any physical or digital evidence that can be used to solve a crime. Evidence can be gathered from crime scene, victims, suspects, or witnesses. Forensics evidence covers a range of disciplines, including DNA testing, ballistics, toxicology, digital or cyber forensics, fingerprint, forensic pathology, etc. The collection, analysis, and importation of forensic evidence requires specialized training and expertise, which is provided by forensic experts and forensic laboratories. The use of forensic evidence in criminal justice system in India has increased significantly in recent years. This is due to the increasing awareness of the importance of scientific evidence in the criminal investigations and establishments of the specialized forensic laboratories across the country. In forensic evidence helps to identify suspects, establish the facts of a case, and link the suspects to the crime scene. Forensic evidence can also be used to support or refute witness testimony and to establish the cause of death in the cases of homicide. Forensic evidence is objective, unbiased, and is based on scientific principles. It provides a level of certainty and accuracy if collected evidentially, and that forms a form of evidence that cannot match any other form of evidence. Now, there are only few provisions which technically deals with the forensic evidence in the Indian legal system. Considering the dearth of time, I will directly jump to the main idea of my article, that is the reliability of the forensic evidence. But there are certain problems which are faced in the reliability of the forensic evidence in the criminal justice system. One of the main challenges is the lack of resources and infrastructure. Many forensic laboratories in India are under-resourced and understaffed, which can lead to delays in the processing of evidence.
And 2 minutes are left.
Okay. Which can lead to delays in the processing of evidence and mistakes in analysis. Another challenge is the lack of standardization in forensic procedures and protocols. This can lead to the inconsistency in the analysis and interpretation of evidence. Lack of equipment, funding, and coordination between police and forensic experts are some of the significant challenges faced in this field. A technical domain like forensic evidence is still not much in use because of the very reason that even the investigating officer is unskilled and ill-informed. Now, coming to the suggestions, as we have just 1 minute left, several commissions have also suggested that the court should consider the scientific method of delivering the judgments. It can bring fairness. A Maliwat committee report has suggested that the special importance must be given to the advancement of the forensic labs with all the necessary equipments. And Verma Commission has also came out with the issue of storage of DNA samples, and it has provided certain guidelines which must be kept in mind. The law and medical colleges must include forensic evidence as their subject and encourage the students to move forward in this field. The government must also take the steps to spread awareness about the importance of forensic. Both the state and the central government must invest in creating new and better CUBE facilities, including training of the staff members and lab personnel. Further, adequate scientific training of investigating officers and the first responders of the crime must be done to efficiently manage a crime scene without contaminating the physical evidence present there. Moreover, the veracity and reliability of forensic technique must be improved for the forensic expert to conclusively prove the various aspects of the commission of the crime. In India, there has been a recent push by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India, to mandatorily use forensic techniques for all the crimes where punishment is more than 6 years. This is really interesting because it will help the judiciary to solve the cases in a very effective manner. Delhi Police has started this initiative with its Standard Order number 31 of 2022 and has laid down the guidelines for compulsory forensic investigation. The IO and the SHO, whichever has come to the crime scene, must call the forensic van and preserve the relevant evidence for further testing and analysis. This is a positive step in the right direction because of the two reasons. First, the IO or the SHO who lack the required scientific equipment to collect and preserve the evidence available on the crime scene. Second, by summoning the mobile forensic van directly to the crime scene will help not only the proper collection and preservation of the crucial evidence from the crime scene, but will also save the evidence which is prone to the easy contamination. So I will really applaud if the other police stations across the state give this thing an effect. And I'll really conclude this. Any questions?
Ma'am, is it your personal research?
No, sir. Actually, I am an advocate, so I don't get into those things at far. I'm just interested in the topic, then I just get the material and read it for myself and present if there is some conference or something.
Okay, no issue. Actually, basically, this is the presentation of research papers only, and you have to follow some research, basic research methodology, and just you are submitting just an article or just your own view. That's why I am asking.
Okay, sir.
So as in the conference, you are here presenting the research paper. So the basic ingredients of the research paper must be incorporated in your research papers. Okay, no issue, sir. Please. Yes. Anubhuti, next one.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Ridham Srivastav. Ridham Srivastav. I guess he's not there.
Excuse me, I think it's my turn after the advocate, I guess. It's Mahita.
Sure, ma'am, you may carry on because Ridham sir is not there. So you can carry on, ma'am. No issues.
Yeah, okay. So am I audible and visible at the same time?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible and visible also.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. This is Mahita Srivastav, and I'm a second year BA LLB student. So I'm here discussing.
Which institute you are pursuing BA LLB second year from where?
Sir, from Symbiosis Law School, Nagpur.
Okay, Symbiosis Nagpur. That's good.
Yes, sir. So basically, the whole topic of this conference is emerging contours of law and justice in the present and contemporary era. And if you see and if you dive into the meaning of this whole topic, in layman term, I will explain it as a boundary. I'm sorry.
Anubhuti, just remove who is creating nuisance here. Mute everybody, please, except presenters.
So shall I continue?
Yes, yes.
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Please.
So if we see the layman term of the topic is what I can understand is a boundary which law can create. And in the present era, we have seen that now people are knowing all the rights about their personal choices, their personal bodily autonomy. It is very important that we look into the abortion rights as it has come up as an issue after the overruling of Roe versus Wade, through the case of Pennsylvania versus Sessi, if I'm correct with the pronunciation. Then, therefore, I have taken this topic, abortion laws. So my basic, I will not say research because I don't think I might come to that level, but the paper which I have worked upon is to actually find out how does law gets the right of getting into the personal autonomy, personal bodily autonomy of a woman who doesn't want to carry that child. So here the conflict comes between the personal choices of the woman, and the second comes is the life which is generating within herself, and the third which arises is the social norms, because it is the society who forces the woman to go under abortion, whether it is female foeticide or whether it is about unwanted pregnancy or whether it is because of rape victims. The major focus will be here of rape victims, because they are the one who are not only undergoing their bodily changes, but they're also going under through their mental agony which they have faced through because of that rape. And now because of that rape, they are getting pregnant, and they are getting that unwanted pregnancy, and the courts where they approach for abortions are denying such rights. Why? Because of their health issues. But still because of their health issues. So what I have tried to find is the reasoning behind why does law or the court in general go for denying such abortions. So if I see the concept of constitutional morality in it, so I have brought upon the constitutional morality, the topic. So as it is said in the words of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, that it is basically an effective understanding between how a law can go, how can law be, how can law be governing into the aspects of societal norms with the personal choices, if we see. So the courts have been using this this concept of constitutional morality, and is indulging into the personal rights of bodily autonomy of the woman. And therefore, I also went through various different countries' laws, especially to go with the US, which has recently overruled the Roe versus Wade. And moreover, if we see India as in general about abortion rights, India first criminalizes abortions, and it is still present. IPC from section 312 to section 315 still criminalizes abortion. But still, MTP has come up 1971, and recent amendments have been done, which states that from 20 to 24 weeks, it is still allowed to do abortion. But if you see that using the concept of constitutional morality, the courts have not only denied, but also given approvals up to 30 weeks. So I guess this could be the answer by law to the society, that why they are able to...
3 minutes are over, 2 minutes are left.
Yeah, I'm just concluding that this could be the possible answer why the law is indulging into personal choices of an individual. Thank you.
Maita, it's very burning issues. Here my submission is this, that you have to go through the rape victim women's. Now, yes, abortions rights and the rape victims women. Yes, this will be the specific. This will be a specific research. So you have to discuss with your teacher, with your mentor, with your guide. Actually, you are pursuing BLB second year students, second year. So yes, that's why you have no idea about the research. But it's a very burning issues. No,
yes, sir,
so
yes, sir.
you can do research on the same topic. And one thing which I would like to suggest here, that if you do the empirical research, no,
yes, sir, yes,
you will select the sampling methods, and you will select the area specific. That will be the very fruitful research. So yes, continue, please. My best wishes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
All I would like to contribute to it, that you did mention the MTP Act now that has come about, and yes, there is also a 3-judge bench judgment of the Supreme Court today, which is X versus Principal Secretary Health and Family Welfare, which actually points out exactly how it is to be held. And you're right, absolutely, that IPC, there is some criminality in abortion, yes, even today.
Yes, sir.
But I think that is curbed by Rule 3B of the new act that has come about. And also, now that we are going to come up with the new IPC, CRPC, hopefully we will see some good changes in this aspect.
Yes, yes, sir. But I have read some of part of it, but I still didn't.
No issue. But overall, it's
thinking
good.
about
That's
it.
Okay. That's okay. You have a long way ahead of you. So
yes,
good
sir.
luck. Next one, please.
Thank you, sir.
Put the next one, please.
Sure, sir. Next, I would like to call Ayush Patodi, sir. Ayush, sir.
Is Mr. Ayush is here? I think
yes, sir.
Welcome, dear.
Thank you, sir. Actually, sir, we are two co-authors. there is my colleague, which is Fatima. She will start. Ma'am, could you please give me the permission to screen share?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you just give me a minute?
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
give you places.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Am I audible and visible?
So just give me a minute.
We can hear you, Fatima. We can hear you and we can see you.
Okay, sir.
Anubhuti, is there any issue in this this session?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Anubhuti, is there any issues? You can continue with some others.
Sure,
Yes,
sir.
Anubhuti, some of the participant wishes to present the paper. Take the permission of the resource person and start getting them presented with the papers.
Sure. Sir, can you just give me give the access to Ayush, sir? He wants to share his presentation.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, now you may share your screen.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, respected panel. Today we are here to delve into the Korean War, a conflict that might have been overshadowed but is far from forgotten. Lasting from 1950 to 1953, this war marked a clash of ideologies and reshaped global power dynamics. In the next few minutes, we'll uncover its origins, key events, and lasting impact. From the political motivation to the human stories, we'll piece together why this war matters in the larger narrative of the story. Thank you for joining us on the exploration of Korean War significance. My colleague Ayush Patadi will be taking this presentation further.
Sorry for the interruption between ma'am, but I just request, can you be a bit louder?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Start again.
No, ma'am, you may continue.
Yeah, my colleague will continue. Take this further.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank for the opportunity for provided to me. And today I'm choosing this narrow topic because we both have been very interested in international laws. And this topic, the North Korea and South Korea war, has been very underrated in the international laws. And also there has been a very much conflict between both of them. So today we are starting for telling about the story in a very layman language. Even if there is no law student present in this conference, they can even understand how drastic the change has been. So starting onto my presentation, first of all. Yeah. So this is how the map of North Korea and South Korea looks like. But before 1950, there has been no division between the two. North Korea and South Korea are all the same, and it is said as United Korea. But because of its geographical indication and also its natural resources and strategic location, the China, USA, and USSR has made their powers so strong to get their powers to get those natural resources from North Korea and South Korea, and that has created a division between the two of them, which has created a wide notion. There has been a line. This line is called the 38 parallel line, and the story behind this is very much drastic and has a very much I say hurted the sentiments of the people. We are presenting this paper to show that there has been 3 million loss of lives of the citizen living in the North Korea and South Korea, and also 1 million soldiers of North Korea and South Korea, and also 41.23 billion of loss have occurred because of these two wars. Moving forward, North Korea and South Korea are not the same as they are today. The Kingdom of Korea
Your
was
3 minutes are over and 2 minutes are left.
Sure. The North Korea and South Korea are not as same as today. The Kingdom of Korea was a very weak country, and because of that, there has been many protests and everything going on in this state. And because of this, the China has taken over the power from North Korea and South Korea. After getting into that, China started making positive effect on Korea, as there has been many protests in Korea. So China started taking over by his powers, and because of that, it has taken control all over the Korea. Moving forward, Japan also wants to steal the geographical indication and also the geographical lines of Korea, as there has been very much great minerals and also the strategic location of the because of the strategic location of the country.
Mr. Ayush, just go through your major findings of the presentations.
Okay, sir. So the major finding of this presentation is that till today, even the time of 2023, there has been no peace treaty signed between both of the countries, and there has been a large tension between both of the countries. Only a ceasefire agreement has been signed in 1951 and 1953, but there has been no peace treaty signed till date. Even the UN have recommended to pass some peace treaty, but still there has been no action has been taken. And this action and this war is very underrated, and there has been no win, no victory, and this is why we have chosen this topic named the North Korea War: No Victories, No Vanquish, Unforgotten War. And
so your suggestions?
So my suggestions are totally that there should be a peace treaty signed between both of the countries, as there has been a large tension between both of them. Until now, there has been many losses of life of citizen and also for the soldiers present there.
Is there any international platform which can mediate with the both parties?
So UN is the best platform which can mediate with both the parties, as this has a very wide notion of powers. But still, there has been no action has been taken till date.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Next, I would like to call upon Yashwardhan Singh Tomar.
Am I audible? Am I visible?
Yes, you're audible and visible.
Okay. Just allow me to present my screen so that I can show my presentation.
Just give me a second. I'll give you the tips.
Sure.
Sir, can you please provide the access to Yashwardhan so that...
Already given.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. So, NGOs are dangerous. They do what the missionaries used to do in the colonial era. They are like Trojan horses. The worse the situation, the more the NGOs. A quote given by Arundhati Roy, which I believe describes the best NGOs in today's era. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Yashwardhan Singh Tomar, and I will be presenting my research paper on the topic, role of NGOs in protecting environment in India today. As I believe we all are aware, Article 21 talks about a right to healthy environment, and Article 51 talks about an individual duty to keep the environment clean and protecting it. Nature, however, is still in crisis, and the situation is only getting worse. The government, no doubt, is helping by making laws and legislations, but when it comes to executing those laws and legislations, they kind of fall behind. And that is where the NGOs come in and lend a hand in protecting the human rights and the environment they live in it. The definition of NGOs would go as: NGOs are companies which are formed for promoting for promoting commerce, art, science, education, research, social welfare, religion, charity, environmental protection, and other similar objectives. And today we will be talking about, today we'll be just emphasizing on the topic environmental protection. They play a vital role in developing educational, environmental legislations, organizing public support systems, and environmental protection, and safeguarding the forests and land. In India itself today, there are more than 1.5 million NGOs, which is quite a large number.
Mr. Yaswardhan, just 1 second, please.
Yes,
everyone knows about all these, whatever you are going to discuss. Just discuss with the pro or cons about the NGO. Either you are supporting to promote the NGO regarding the protection of environment, or either you are against the NGO which is abusing the resources.
I was just coming to that.
You have to deal with one aspect, either pro or either cons.
I was just coming to that, sir.
Yes.
I'll be dealing with the pros. NGOs, their contribution is major in the society. However, they contribute the most in the field of filing of PILs. PIL are legal procedures that allow an individual to express their concerns about about issues prevailing in society and seek redress from the judiciary. PIL are mostly used for environmental issues nowadays, and NGOs are promoting them heavily. The three main features or roles that NGO play in filing the PIL are identifying the issue which are necessary to be brought into the light and on the grounds of human rights violation and environmental degradation. Second one being filing of the PIL themselves with the help of lawyers in High Court and Supreme Court. And the third one—
3 minutes are over, 2 minutes are left.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And the third one being publication of the issues so that more people are aware of it and everything comes into the light. Now, for instance, let's take two cases, for example. The best example for environmental case filed under PIL would be the landmark case, Rural Legislation and Entitlement Kendra, Dehradun versus State of Uttar Pradesh, where a case was filed against the illegal mining in Mussoorie, Dehradun, which back in the day was a part of Uttar Pradesh, where the mining was taking place in reserve forest area in UP, which was causing major issues in the surrounding areas and ecology. And as we all know, because of this PIL, the Supreme Court issued a major landmark judgment that ordered a complete ban on limestone quarry mining in Mussoorie Hills and directed the state government to ensure restoration of damage caused to the environment. Let's talk about another case in the same plethora under the same umbrella. Indian Council of Enviro Legal Action versus Union of India, where the Supreme Court clearly ordered and warned the companies that were discharging harmful compounds in the air, which surely affected the environment negatively and also were violating the human rights.
Mr. Yaswardhan, these are the leading cases and everybody knows about all these cases and all the judgment and findings.
Yes,
so just you have to deal with the role of NGO. As your topic of role of NGO, so you have to deal with the role of NGO.
Yes,
how
sir.
your presentation deal with the role of NGO? You are just dealing with the case laws, and everybody knows all such type of cases.
I was just trying to tell that these major cases were actually filed under the PIL, which were filed by the NGOs. However, there are three more things which NGO actually deal with, and they play a vital role in promoting environmental protection. The third one being organizing training camps. The best example would be 3-month certificate course offered by Indian Environmental Society of Climate Change and Sustainability. Second one being publicizing their work, whether it be article, books, or journals in the form of eco-tourism, environmental activism manual, and environmental education for sustainable development.
Your time is over.
I'll just
Okay,
conclude.
so Mr. Yasvardhan, you
Yes,
are in support to promote the NGOs regarding the protection of environment, or you are against to the
I'm supporting,
against the
sir.
supporting the NGOs regarding the environment? Yes.
I'm supporting, sir.
Oh, actually, when you go through the research, you will find some of the NGOs are working very well, but more than 90% NGOs are getting just a financial assistance with the government, and they are abusing the finance.
Yes, sir. I completely understand that question of yours.
So you have to do work on this.
Dr. Tiwari is absolutely right. I think NGOs are unfortunately a bad news for our country. It's technically saying that the work that the government is supposed to take on themselves, they cannot take on. So these organizations come about seeking funding from the government to do their work.
Yes.
Right. Which is very unfortunate situation in our country. And most of these NGOs, like Dr. Tiwari said, is absolutely right, are fronts for so all sorts of things. And in the mix of CSR that comes in with the corporates, it is a bad scenario in our country today.
Okay, by the way, good luck.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
Best of luck,
Next one,
guys.
Anubhuti, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your insights. Next, I would like to call upon Rachna, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Can I start it?
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening, panel. My name is Rachna. I'm pursuing PhD in law under the guidance of Mr. Rahul Varsane. He is a professor and dean in MVN University. My topic is cyberbullying and cyber stalking, socially and development effect on teenager in India. So first of all, I'm talking about cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying and what is cyber stalking? Cyberbullying is an effect on social media. A person who is unknown or unknown to everyone, and the person who chase a person by social media, just like Instagram, Facebook, email, or text messages. And the other one is cyber stalking, which is defined in under IPC 354D. But the main point is what is the legal effect or emotional effect upon teenager. So in the age of the teenage, the person don't know how to use social media, how we connect to social media. When they start Instagram, Facebook, and the other platform, they doesn't know ki a person who chase him or his. So this is my main topic is to research upon this topic is I can find out the loopholes in my Indian penal law and as well in IT Act. Proper law not provided by the government, only limited sections are there. So people doesn't know how we register our complaint. So this is the reason I'm find out the loopholes. What is the effect upon the individual or his family members and the teenage as well. Basically, what is the legal implications upon the cyberbullying and cyber stalking vary depending on the jurisdiction and the specific circumstances of the case. In some cases, cyberbullying and cyber stalking may be considered criminal offense under existing law as in harassment and stalking law. However, in many cases, existing law are not adequate to address the unique characteristics of cyberbullying and cyber stalking. But in other way, one high-profile case is that brought attention to the legal implication of cyberbullying was the case of Laurie Drew in 2008. The case is Drew was convicted of 3 mismanaged conducts of the authorized access to a computer in connection with his male friend. He follow her on daily basis, but she doesn't know who is a person who will stalk her. One day she go police station and find out he is my known person and he stalking me last a month or last. The verdict was later by the Supreme Court overturned highlighted the need the specific law for cyberbullying. Basically, there is if any person is affected from the bullying, only he is governed under the IT Act and as well in the IPC Act. Both laws are not properly to govern or protect to any person who is affected with them. So there is a basically when a person is affected from bullying or stalking, he is affected from the anxiety, anxiety and the other anxiety. Sorry, sir. He is affected from the anxiety and any other mental issues. In mental issues, there are a serious issues that can have a significant impact on the mental and emotional well-being of individual as well as on society as a whole. The legal implications of these cases of abuse are complex and vary depending on the jurisdiction and the specific circumstances of the case. In recent years, several high-profile cases have brought attention to need for the better laws and enforcement to protect victims. Cyberbullying and cyber stalking require a multi-phase approach that involves parents, educators, technology companies, and lawmakers. Parents are educators, can educate their children and students as well as his younger the older son and daughter about the dangers of cyberbullying and cyber stalking and teach them how to use technology safely and responsibly. Technology companies can create tools and features that make it easier to individuals to report cyberbullying and cyber stalking and work to remove harmful content from their platform. Lawmakers can review and update existing law to ensure that adequately address the unique characteristics of cyberbullying and cyber stalking. In my conclusion, cyberbullying and cyber stalking are very serious issues that require a collaborate efforts from all stakeholders to prevent and address. By working together, we can create a safer and more inclusive online environment for everyone. This is my topic in my PhD research. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am,
yes, sir.
I think you are pursuing research from somewhere. So, as per your topic, there is
yes,
there are research steps are missing. If he talks about the statement of problem, if he talks
yes,
about the objective of the research, if he talks
right,
about the research question, if he talks about the research methodology, if he talks about the review of letters, all these things are missing here. You are just presenting a presentation on a specific topics. So please, जैसे BA का स्टूडेंट या ग्रेजुएशन का स्टूडेंट या कोई और स्टूडेंट अपने आप को रिप्रेजेंट करता है किसी टॉपिक पे करता है, दैट नो इशू. हम लोग उसको ये सोचते हैं कि चलो भाई वो स्टूडेंट है, नो इशू. बट रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स अगर रिसर्च पेपर प्रेजेंट करे और उसमें रिसर्च के जो बेसिक्स नीड्स हैं वो अगर मिसिंग्स हो तो फिर वो अच्छा नहीं माना जाता है. So before the presentation, you have to discuss with your research supervisor, with your mentors. Sir, madam, I am going to present a research paper on the same topic. Any suggestions, any modifications? Can I update something? So such type of things.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So next time,
sure. Next time I will prepare for all these things. Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, and
yes,
Rachna, sure. I would just want to touch upon this fact you spoke about misdemeanor. I'd like to clarify for the audience attending this conference today that misdemeanor and felony are terms used in America, in the US, and misdemeanor technically is misdemeanor and felony. The difference between the two is the same as a cognizable and non-cognizable offenses in India. Right? Misdemeanors are smaller offenses which are not grievous of nature, and felonies are obviously crimes that are grievous of nature.
Okay, sir.
That's all, and best of luck.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anubhuti, anyone others?
Thank you so much, sir. Is anyone left for the presentation?
Hello. Yeah, I am left for presentation. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. Am I listening? Okay. Good afternoon to the panel. This is Jeridia. I'm currently pursuing 4th year BBA LLB in KL University. My topic is from margins to mainstreams, the unraveling the impact of law and justice on social inclusion and sustainable development. The simple introduction that I like to give is that people tend to talk about development, sustainable development in mainly, suggesting that using the resources properly in such a way that we have to use resources in such a way that we can put out the optimum utilization of such resources for the present generation, and also use only that quantity of resources and leaving the rest to the future generations. But the main thing I would like to focus on that is that this social development, sustainable development must also include social inclusion. I would like to talk about a paper given by the United Nations. It states that social development for sustainable development. Many communities such as indigenous people, racially and ethnic minorities, women, LGBTQ communities, people with disabilities, these people all come under minorities or marginal communities. Including all these communities during sustainable development is an essential part. I would like to go ahead and talk about the historical evolution. In earlier decades, particularly up until to mid-20th century, vulnerable communities encompassing racial and ethnic minorities, women, and individuals with disabilities confronted big systematic marginalization deeply embedded in the society. Discriminatory laws and policies and societal practices were also found in those times. I would like to mention a few of the landmark cases such as Brown versus Board of Education, where the court clearly stated that even though people might have some racial separations, that should not be a stand for separation, and everybody should be united. I would like to go ahead and talk about balancing social equality with environmental goals. For environmental development or for sustainable development, there should be equality, and everybody should come together to work on such a thing, and there should not be any inequalities or marginalizing a certain sector or a certain society based on some minute or minor changes in between them. Finally, there are many challenges which we can be faced. These challenges are main things which we need to focus on, that is conflicting interest. It actually happens. There are conflicting interest between the minorities and majorities. Like, it happens every time, but tackling on that conflicting interest and agreeing upon a specific thing is important. And also there are differential vulnerabilities. Each community or any marginalized community will have different types of vulnerabilities they have. While taking any decision, we should keep in mind those vulnerabilities and proceed forward. And we should also find ways to reduce the gap between the minorities or vulnerable communities. By reducing the gap, we can put out more optimal utilization. Finally, I would like to conclude that in the journey to harmonize social inclusion for vulnerable communities with the imperatives of sustainable development, legal framework plays a vital role in shaping the trajectory of collective future. Thank you.
Okay, Anubhuti, you can conclude the session.
Thanks, Jitendra.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Is anybody left with the presentation? Sir, I guess we are done with the participants. There are no more presentations.
So, Anubhuti, do we have any more papers? So coming up to the end of the 15th session of the National Conference on Emerging Contours of Law and Justice in the Contemporary Era, Issues and Challenges, I am highly obliged on behalf of the organizing committee and the colleges associated to this program, to the resource person, Dr. Santosh Kumar Tiwari, sir, who's an assistant professor, School of Law, Justice and Governance, Gautam Buddha University, Greater Noida, and my dear colleague, Mr. Udit Arora, sir, who's an advocate at Supreme Court of India. Thank you so much, sir, for being an important part of this program and giving us an session. It is a pleasure having you with us, and hope to have you for more sessions like this, and hope you enjoyed the session with us. I guess this is the first time Mr. Tiwari and Udit sir are joining for this program with us, with Droid Panel Group. Thank you so much for your time and your patience. Thank you so much.
The pleasure was all mine. And thank you for having us, Gaurav. It was great interacting with all these young minds of our country. And best of luck to everybody who presented today and everybody who's going to present in the future.
Actually,
and thanks a lot.
Thanks
a lot, Anubhuti, for moderating the session so well.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Gaurav Babu, one thing by my side. Before the presentation, we have to review the all papers because if the person is going to present a research paper, so the basic ingredients of the research paper there must be incorporated. Okay. Otherwise, just random presentations. So it's I think it's not a good habit and it's not a good behavior.
What procedures we are following is
yes.
Opportunities to every student, every professional, and every research scholar, so that everybody should get an opportunity to present their views before your before the resource persons who have
everybody is eager to present.
Subject. So this is what we are trying to give to the society, like, because there are certain major places where it is a lot of scrutinies going on for the research papers and everything. So we have been scrutinizing papers, but we are giving a better chance and opportunity to the young minds so that they can speak and they can come up with good papers in future programs.
Actually, students are
our contribution towards the society is to give them a chance, to present their papers. Like, if I give an example, Anubhuti, who's here with us, she was when she was in the first year, she joined our organization. Now she has been a graduate in law. She's an advocate by profession. So she has been a part of this complete organization since 5+ years. So this is how we are giving the opportunities to the young mind. And that is why we are trying to take major of the presentation so that you as a resource person can guide them and give them a part for their future endeavors. That is what Droid Penal has been doing since 7 years now.
Okay, but in present session, nobody has presented with the research methodology. Not a single presentation has been made by the presenters.
At times, sir, research methodology and basic criteria are mandatory for a presentation. But what I think is one should give its viewpoints and its basic try to the topic. So that is what I have been like, because whenever we are releasing the brochure, sir, we have a contention that lawyers, academicians, students, all these can be a part of this.
That is a good thing.
That is why in our conferences, there may be a research part missing, but they have given their thoughts to the paper. That is what we are basically trying to bring forth for the advocates, the research scholars, students, and everywhere, whoever is participating with us. Because research methodology, who is studying research methodology can understand the basic ideologies of methodology. So for a normal person, right now there is a presentation going on. The presenter is almost 65+ years and he's a vet. a veterinary doctor. So we are giving this thing opportunity to everyone who's there, who can just want to present, who wants to put his view forth on the topic which we have indulged this conference on. Thank you, sir. We'll try to give you a session next time with pure academicians, so that you can give a more emphasis on the research methodology part. Thank you, Santosh sir, for giving your insight on the sessions. And
Okay, thank you so much.
You want to give a suggestion on?
No, I think
Mr.
I
Udit, sir.
I understand that this is for law students who are just starting out, and therefore I think it is essential that they learn. This is actually public speaking per se. You have to have that the strength in you or the vision in you to at least sum up certain topics and present it before a large audience. And therefore, I think it is a good initiative by the Ministry of Education and DROIT, and I support it. And best of luck.
Thank you so
for
much.
better things for you guys.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I would request everyone to join us for the inaugural session. The link is already being
valedictory session.
Ji, sir?
This now we'll be starting for the valedictory session, not the inaugurals.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
I can understand the pressure you have been going through.
I just request everyone to join us for the valedictory session.
Same link is for the valedictory session.
Sure, sir.
The same link where you have joined in is this link for the valedictory. A very good evening to everyone. So we'll just start the valedictory ceremonies like in 2 to 3 minutes. Hope Dr. Karavi, Ms. Priyanka, Abhavya,
Yes.
everyone has joined, Shivangi and all, so that ma'am, let's start at 6:01. Let
Yes.
everyone join.
Yeah. Has everyone joined, Gaurav? If everyone have joined, we can
Yes,
start.
Dr. Karavi, people are joining, so we'll start because it's been a hectic day. It's been almost touching 12 hours for us being online.
Yes.
So a very good evening to all in one present here, and congratulations to all the participants as well as all the collaborating organizers for this conference. Welcome to the valedictory ceremony of the 15 days online, for the National Conference on Emerging Contours of Law and Justice in Contemporary Era Issues and Challenges, organized by PG Department of Law, Guwahati University, Assam. Droid Penal Group, a unit of ADGMS Prayagraj, and in collaboration with Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, a prime center under the scheme of Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching, Ministry of Education, Government of India. So standing on the valedictory ceremony of this of this 2 days national conference. So hope everybody who has been a part of this national conference had been given an opportunity to present their papers on various topics which related to the theme of the conference, and hope the participant enjoyed their sessions and had the resource person given their suggestions, their ideas, and a pathway to write papers and how to present and how to go up with the topics. So moving forward towards the end of the session of this 2 days national conference, I would just like to invite Priyanka, Dr. Priyanka, who is an assistant professor, to give away a 2-day report to the participants so that the participants may know how we had this 2 days conference and have been working for this conference since 2 months, if I'm right, Dr. Karavi. So Priyanka, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Respected dignitaries, esteemed delegates, presenters, and participants, I extend to you a very warm welcome to this valedictory session of the 2-day national conference. As we come to the conclusion of this event, I, Priyanka Majumdar, co-convener of this conference, deem it an honor and privilege to present before you the significant outcomes of this intellectually stimulating conference. In this virtual conference, transcending geographical barriers, we were joined in our pursuit of knowledge and progress by a diverse panel of eminent speakers, learned presenters, and participants from almost every state of India, who deliberated and shared their findings and suggestions on diverse and pertinent issues faced by society and the legal system. In the course of these 2 days, 16 parallel technical sessions were held, which illuminated critical trends shaping our legal landscape. We have witnessed vigorous discussions on the impact of technology with a focus on artificial intelligence, blockchain, and digital privacy. Delegates examined the evolving definitions of justice in the digital age and the urgency of adapting our legal frameworks to the rapid pace of technological advancement. We have acknowledged that technology can both empower and challenge justice, making it imperative for us to strike the right balance between innovation and ethical considerations. Further, the exploration of environmental law's intersection with justice has been inspiring. The conference underscored the urgency of addressing climate change through legal avenues, urging us to rethink our approach to sustainable development and environmental protection. The dialogue surrounding social justice has been profound, prompting us to acknowledge systemic biases within our legal systems, the need to champion inclusivity and diversity to achieve true justice for all was emphasized. In conclusion, this conference has been an intellectual crucible, igniting fresh insights into the dynamic world of law and justice. As we depart, let's remember that the challenges we have examined require sustained dedication. Let's build upon the connections we have forged, the ideas we have shared, and the commitments we have made to foster a legal landscape that embraces innovation, protects our environment, upholds the principles of social equality and rule of law. Thank you all for your engagement and dedication to shaping a more just and equitable future. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity once again. Sir, you are on mute, I think.
Thank you, Priyanka, for giving an insight of the 2 days report of this national conference we had for 26th August to 27th of August 2023. So there is a request which I have been seeing on my WhatsApp group as well as on the office contact number. There have been 3, 4, 5 participants who have been missed with their presentation. So for them, see, because our attendance was a necessary criteria, because if we are here to give a certificate of presentation, your presentation has to be a mandate for a presentation. So for those who have been missed because of some unforeseeable reason, I would just ask them to just make a video clip presenting their paper and send it to the same mail where they have submitted their abstracts. Or in case if you find any difficulty in sending that video, upload it in your Google Drive and just send the link, sharing the access of the link, because once you'll upload it, there will be an option to give an access to the concerned person whom you see sharing the video. So give the access, and hopefully we'll just talk to some of the resource person who have been here with us. We'll send them the videos and we'll take their feedbacks on that. And we'll be getting back to you through the mail. So those who could not just come up with the presentation, so they can help, because we had almost 200 plus presentations on these 2 days. So there may be a glitch or maybe a connectivity issue, or there may be a problem where you could not receive our messages on mail or through WhatsApp or something like that. So hope that may satisfy the concerned participant, and one should not think of that they have not been given an opportunity. We tried our level best to give everyone a chance to present their papers, but somehow if it is like something which goes on because it's all online, so if there is anything which we have missed out, so this is an option which I have given to the participants so that they can just submit their video. But whatever videos you have to submit, you can submit it. We'll just make you message you on the group as well as on the mail, so that, or those who have not been given an opportunity, they can just contact us. We'll give you a time frame of 2 to 3 days so that you can make your video and send it to us, so that we can get you the feedbacks from the resource person, and we'll let you know who is the resource person who's giving the feedback. So hope this Karavi ma'am satisfy the complete proceedings of this seminar.
Yes, more than satisfied. And so many messages I have gone. Even my department people, they are also present here right now. And they all are praising so much. And of course, everything, it was just wonderful.
It is the hard work which the team makes it. So
yes.
That doesn't go in vain if you are working hard for anything which is coming forth. So I would just request some of the participants to give their reviews about the resource persons, about the valid inaugural session, which we had last morning. So you can just switch on your cameras for the last time for this conference and give your feedbacks. With the feedbacks, tell your name, your college, and your session, so that we'll take up these feedbacks, and for the next time when we are coming up with such conference, we'll take up it as a good follow line, so that there is no other glitch in future coming programs. So over to you participants. You can start with your feedbacks. That will be very nice if you will give us the feedbacks. We are also in the learning stage. We'll also learn something from you.
Sir, this is Dr. Indrani. May I?
Definitely.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Indrani Kundu, and presently I'm working in a government law college which is affiliated to University of Calcutta. So coming to the seminar, it was really insightful, and the resource persons, regarding the resource persons, it was really great listening to them. And I'm sure that all of us have taken some anecdotes from their deliberations. Regarding papers, all the papers were unique, and all the papers were quite informative. And my session, I was in session 8, technical session 8. So it was really very interesting. All the papers were regarding environment and human rights. So I quite enjoyed my session, which is technical session 8. And now coming to the organizing seminar, the seminar, national seminar, it was the thing that I liked about the seminar is the organizers, they adhered to the time frame, which is really very important. And it was quite easier for us, for the participants, to present their paper. So at last, I want to congratulate Droid Panel Group and PG Department of Law, Guwahati University, for conducting this national seminar successfully.
Thank you, Indrani ji, for giving your feedback to us. Can we have some more participants who can just give their feedbacks?
Hello, is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am.
A very good evening. I'm Bhashwati Bora, Assistant Professor of NEF Law College, Guwahati, and one of the participants of this national conclave. So I would just like to thank each and everyone for conducting this wonderful conference. And through this conference, I was enlightened with the wonderful deliberations which was given by each and every resource person. And I also like to thank and congratulate the organizers for this wonderful event. I was really enlightened with this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are completely audible.
Very good evening to respected dignitaries, scholars, co-presenters, and dear students present here. I am Namrata Das, a former assistant professor of NEF Law College and presently pursuing my PhD degree from Alliance School of Law, Alliance University, Karnataka, Bangalore. I presented my paper in technical session 8, and in that session, most of the topics were related to environmental law and human rights. It was great being a part of this 2-day virtual conference, as we got to know about a number of topics and areas which were unexplored by most of us, and this definitely added on to our knowledge. And lastly, I would congratulate the organizing committee for giving us this opportunity, and to all the participants present here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Namrata ji. Do we have more reviews, more suggestions?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
Am
afternoon.
I audible?
Yes, Yash. You have been a moderator and a participant.
Yes, sir. Although this was my first time in actually making a research paper and presenting it, so of course it was kind of nerve-wracking for me, but definitely I got to learn.
You had a tough session.
Not really a tough session, but I was actually a bit nervous, I would say, because this was my first time. But all in all, I would say that it was my first time, and it was a great experience because I got to learn many things, both in making a research paper and presenting it at the same time. And I attended most of the sessions, which actually enhanced my knowledge about various topics, whether it be biotechnology or pollution or other various fields of law. So for me, it was a very memorable session and an opportunity that I surely enjoyed. Thank you so much.
Thank Yashwardhan for giving your insight, and we are very happy that young students are giving us some feedback, and we appreciate this concepts of feedbacks and taking up. So we have somebody else who can just give us a feedback.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
My name is Mridusmita Borua. I am a teaching associate and currently pursuing PhD under PG Department of Law, Guwahati University. And this experience has been very delightful for me. And because this is one of my first ever conference that I have presented, and I'm very delightful and very grateful to all the organizing committee members, the conveners of the conference, the Joint Panel Group, Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, and also our respected Dr. Karavi ma'am and Priyanka Majumdar ma'am for giving me the opportunity to present and give my insight on the paper. So, and this overall the experiences, I have listened to papers belonging not only to the law background, but also from every other background. And I have got to know very valuable information that has been given by other participants. And that has been a great experience for me. So I would say the untiring efforts that the organizing committee members have given to this conference has been seen, because overall the conference has been very successful. And I would like to congratulate all of you and hope that such type of conference would also happen in the future, and we would get an opportunity to present and give our insight and on all the issues which are currently that we are facing, and all the issues that we are currently facing. And likewise, I would say thank you. And this has been a wonderful experience for me and all the other participants. Thank you.
WhatsApp message. WhatsApp message. So do we have any more feedbacks coming? Because it gives us immense strength to organize such programs in future.
Sir, I would like to give my feedback. Hello, sir. My name is Sanika Jadhav. I am a second year BLLB student from Symbiosis Law School, Nagpur. It was a great conference. It was my second conference, and I would say my experience was much better from my previous conference. The coordination was very good, and everything was conveyed to us in a very proper manner. The moderators were also very nice. I was in technical session 13 and I presented on my topic was based on green criminology and environment with my co-author Garg Gautam. So for both of us, it was a really great experience and we look forward to participate in more conference conducted by the university and Droid panel. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anyone more coming up?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good
Hello.
evening.
Good evening. Good evening. May I speak?
Yes, sir. So surely, sir.
It's a wonderful conference. Really, it's a wonderful conference. That I must confess that I've learned many things from the presenters. And this teaching pedagogy, you know, it is not that the teachers are teaching and the students are learning. It is not that. Both are benefited for this. So, as I said, that we have entered in a new era of transformation. The journey was started in the scriptures, and now we have entered in the AI. Journey was started in the bartered system. Now we have entered into the cryptocurrency. So everything is going on in new process. So we should be ready for that. Our students, our research scholars should be ready for that. And what I have observed today, that most of the presenters, it was presented very nicely and with full research and full study. And really, it is so beautiful, so nice, and so wonderful. I like to congratulate all the organization. The Droid means probably it's a German word. Droid means law. Droid group and Department of Law, Guwahati University. And I hope in future we'll be waiting for such conference again. Many thanks to you, and many thanks for giving me this opportunity to join with you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sir, thank you for your kind words, as you have been one of the resource persons for this program. And we really appreciate the way you appreciated us for this conference and hope to have you for more sessions and more programs coming ahead. I will definitely take your contact details from Dr. Karavi and would be talking to you on various projects which we have been working on since 7 years.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So anyone more? Then we'll proceed for the vote of thanks.
So may I?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Barsha Kalita. I am a first year LLM student, and I am pursuing LLM in PG Department of Law, Guwahati University. And this was my first time joining a national conference, and it was indeed a very insightful session, right from the inaugural session to the valedictory session. And I was in technical session 12, and my topic I presented on gender misogyny, gender-based cyber violence. So I'd like to thank our professors for giving us this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So as I have already spoken about that, those who could not present their papers, they can send their videos on the same email ID where you have submitted your abstracts. So moving towards the finally towards the end of this 2 days national conference, I would request Dr. Karavi Burman to give away the vote of thanks on behalf of all the 3 organizations.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav Gulati. I deem it a great privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on the National Conference on Emerging Contours of Law and Justice in the Contemporary Era, Issues and Challenges, which was organized by PG Department of Law, Guwahati University, and Droid Panel Group, a unit of Arjun Das Gulati Memorial Society, Prayagraj, in collaboration with Guru Angad Dev Teaching and Learning Center, Pandit Manmohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching, Ministry of Education, Government of India. I would sincerely thank Chief Patron, Professor Dr. Pratap Jyoti Handik, Vice Chancellor, Dean Faculty of Law, Guwahati University. Our patron, Dr. Hemanta Kumar Nath, Register, Guwahati University. Chairperson and HOD of our PG Department of Law, Dr. Aparajita Barua Ma'am. The co-convener, Ms. Priyanka Majumdar, Assistant Professor of the Department of Law, Guwahati University. The team support of our department, without which this program maybe would not have been possible, because they have given us much support. Dr. Rupali Dev Burma, Assistant Professor of the Department of Law. Dr. Dipankar Das, who is present here right now, Assistant Professor, Department of Law, Guwahati University. Dr. Pallavi Devi, she is also an Assistant Professor of the Department of Law, Guwahati University. And also the Teaching Associate, Mridushmita Barua, Baneshri Roy, Gaurav. I sincerely thank you all. And I extend my sincere thanks to Dr. Shubhra Kirti Chaturvedi, Droid Panel Group, Prayagraj, the Mr. Naman Shukla, Assistant Professor, IFIM Law College, Bengaluru, Ms. Abhavya Rabra, Head Publication, Droid Panel Group, Prayagraj, Ms. Ayushi Dwivedi, Head Events and Social Media, Droid Panel Group, Prayagraj, Chairman, GAD, TLC, Professor A.K. Bakshi, former Honorable Vice Chancellor, Haryana, Director, Professor Jaswinder Singh, Principal, SGTB Khalsa College, National Director, Professor Vimal Rar, Project Head and Joint Director, GAD, TLC Professor, Delhi University, Droid Panel Group, Mrs. Gauri Gulati, Managing Director of the Droid Panel Group, Prayagraj, Dr. Kirtika Singh, Founding Member, Droid Panel Group, Prayagraj, Dr. Devanshu Srivastava, Head Faculty of Law, Jagran University, Bhopal. Yeah, Dr. Piali Chatterjee, Member, Advisory Board, Droid Panel Group, Prayagraj, and special thanks to Mr. Gaurav Gulati, because consistently he has helped us to make this event a successful one. And sincere thanks to our very, very important resource persons who have given such valuable insights into this program, our learned participants, without whom this program would not have been a successful one. So thank you to one and all.
Ma'am, I just want to mention 2-3 people more who have been an integral part.
Sure. And one more thing, Gaurav, before you mention, I just beg to tender my apology if I have missed anyone, but sincerely with my folded hands, I would like to thank each and everyone.
So being the member of this conference, I would just like to thank all the moderators who were there with us for this program.
Yes,
Anubhuti Agarwal, Abhavya, who has been a constant support, and she has been looking after the papers and all that things. This conference, and I really appreciate the courage when I had a word with Dr. Karavi regarding the conference. She said, hopefully, Gaurav, we will have 100 participants.
Yes, I remember. I still remember.
Now, that day when it was the end of the registration, I said, ma'am, it's not 100, it's 250 somewhere. So all the credit goes to you, Dr. Karavi, because you have been like talking to people, calling people, and making people write for the conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. But again, I would like to mention that it was a team spirit. Our Department of Law, the assistant professor was so cooperative. The co-convener also had acted very sportingly. And thanks to you, Gaurav, because without Mr. Gaurav Gulati, it would have been not like this, like what to say, we have got participants from all over. And it was really like all the sessions were so enlightening, the resource persons everywhere with wonderful deliberations. So thank you.
It was also our first time when we collaborated with Northeast and being an integral part of India. So it was our pleasure having major participants from Assam. And I really like to congratulate all the participants from Assam who have been contributing for this conference, and hope to see you all again for our future programs and future collaborations with the PG Department of Law, Guwahati University. Hope we can have more projects with the PG Department of Law. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being a part of this valedictory function. So today we are finally signing off this event. Hope to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Awaiting to work with you.
One more, just a minute. We will be sharing you the feedback forms. So kindly submit those feedback forms for all the participants.